Okay guys, these are my 5 friends, my audience, and then the person holding the camera. Okay, so 1 out of 6 American women has been sexually assaulted, and I am part of that 1 out of 6. 7 years ago I was sexually assaulted. I was 15 years old. I was young but old enough to know what was going on. This changed me both in a positive and negative way, and I have a boot that represents something that saved my life. This happened when I was coming from the fair and I was going home. I had realized that 2 people were following me, 2 men actually, but I thought I was paranoid, so I ignored it. But once I turned into a little street, I turned around and I noticed that they were actually following me. Therefore, I had pretended to go in a house so they could think that it's my house, but in reality, it wasn't my house. So I was in the side of that house and I was peeking out to see if they were there, and I noticed that they weren't there. So I decided to go out, and when I was actually going out, I didn't see them. But on the way, I was actually like 10 feet. I was walking and I was 10 feet away from my actual house. It was a T, so I supposed to go straight and then go over and cross the street to go into the house. But once I was already to that street, I felt something behind me. So I had turned around, and when I turned around, he grabbed me from my back and pushed me to the floor. And when that happened, I had put myself in a fetal position upwards, and he was touching me. He was telling me, I just want to feel you, and I just want to feel you. Relax. And then while he was telling me that, I was kicking him in the chest. I had these boots on, and I was kicking him in the chest, and it wasn't doing anything. And therefore, I decided to kick him even more harder. And once I did that, it still wasn't doing anything, and I was screaming so loud, and I was telling him, stop, and he wouldn't do it, so I kicked him even more harder. And I guessed he actually felt the pain from his chest, and he got up and he ran away. And so this represents something that saved my life. It changed me both in a positive and negative way, because in a negative way, I had gone to a therapist and they diagnosed me with social anxiety and depression. And since then, I'm not the same person, because every time I go somewhere, I'm always quiet. Even my friends ask me why I'm quiet and why I don't like to do certain stuff they like to do. And now they know that that's the reason why I'm quiet. And it also changed me in a positive way, because it makes me more responsible. And it also made me more aware. And last but not least, it made me mature more quicker. And that's it.